Hey, yo, peace to the family. Now, listen, we had a hell of a fight party last night. We had a really good fight party last night, but I wanted to talk about the fight of the night. You know, the fight with Cruz versus my main man, Lamont Roach from DC. Now, I picked Lamont Roach to win. I did. I said, I'm going to ride with DC on this one here. I'm going to ride with the brother like the Mexican is going to ride with his Mexican fighter. Nothing wrong with that. You dig? If it's good for you, don't be complaining when we do it. But I like Lamont Roach because I think he was a better boxer, and he showed that. According to CompuBox, according to the CompuBox numbers, as you guys know, that fight ended in a draw. But according to CompuBox, the total punches landed by Lamont Roach was 191 punches, and Pitbull only landed 159. So he got out landed in this fight, right? And also total jabs. Lamont Roach landed 49 jabs. Pitbull landed 27. He hardly jabs. Everybody know that. And then total power punches. Now this what shocked me. Total power punches, Cruz landed 132 power punches, and Lamont Roach landed 142. So pretty much this was a close fight, right? And Pitbull did score the knockdown, I want to say early in the second round or somewhere within the first 3 rounds or something of that sort, right? He scored a knockdown. However, that was nullified by a point being taken away from Cruz because of low blows. He was excessively throwing low blows, right? So let's get to the fight. There's a lot of people. I listen to Bubba Dub. Shout out to Bubba Dub. I listen to a lot of people, Shakur Stevenson, and just a lot of people online saying that, hey, they felt like Lamont Roach got robbed. If you feel that way, there's nothing wrong with that because the CompuBox numbers show that, right? But I'm going to say this. Sometimes fights that's real close. But I'm going to say this. When the fight is close like that, it's going to go either way. I said this before the fight starts. Now, I know a lot of people are feeling bad for Lamont Roach. Again, I'm going to tell you why I'm not feeling bad for Lamont Roach. Because the fight was close. See, you're fighting Cruz in San Antonio. I said before the fight, when you're fighting a Mexican fighter, San Antonio was Little Mexico. If you guys ain't never been there, it's Little Mexico. So you're fighting a Mexican fighter in Little Mexico. So they already got it set up for their guy anyways. Everybody know that, right? This is a known fact. We're not going to play these crackhead games. There was nothing but Mexicans out there to watch Cruz fight. Lamont Roach ain't really had no fans out there like that. So you're already going up against that. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you know you are going up against that, you have to do everything in your power not to make it close. I feel like that Lamont Roach, your skill set was so good that you should not even have been in a close fight like that with Cruz anyways. Cruz only has one way to win. He gonna come forward, he gonna put his head down, he gonna throw wide hooks with the left hand, wide hooks with the right, bolo punches, overhand rights. He loads up on every shot, and you can see every punch coming before he throw it. Everybody know that, but for some reason, can't too many people stop it. Now, El Rayo did a great job in outboxing him and winning clearly, right? Lamont Roach, you should have did that. Knowing the situation, you fought Gervonta Tank Davis, because they brought up Tank. I don't know why they brought up Tank, but I'm talking about the reporter. But you fought Gervonta Tank Davis on the PBC card, and you got robbed in that when the dude took the knee and stuck his head out of the ring ropes when it should have been disqualified and a point taken. You signed right back up with the PBC to fight Cruz. Then after the fight, Lamont Roach, you say, oh, man, this can't keep happening, man. I can't keep going through this. I'm getting robbed. Well, you signed up for that, fam. You signed up for that. What you thought was going to happen? If you don't pull away and make it a decisive win, if it's close, what's going to happen? You made it too close. You can't be in close fights knowing that you are not the A side and expect to get A side treatment. That's not going to happen. One, you're not a PBC fighter. And then 2, you ain't Mexican. You fighting Cruz in San Antonio. Them judges was probably Mexican. All the fans is Mexican. It was slated against you before you stepped in the ring. So I can't sit here and say that Lamont Roach got robbed. That was a close fight. And when there are close fights, it happens. Now, I will say this. That 115, 111 scorecard was atrocious. I don't know what fight that dude was looking at. That must have been Cruz's uncle or Thea or abuela or abuelo. Do you get what I'm saying? Or primo. You know what I mean? Had to be that. Because when you got 115, 111 at? Esau Cruz didn't win by no 3 or 4 rounds. You say, okay, well, he knocked Roach down. Okay, well, a point was taken from Esau Cruz for low blows. That's just 1 point. That's the same thing. Did he get outboxed? Yes, he was getting outboxed, but also Esau Cruz was landing some power shots. It was a close fight. Again, I put the onus on Lamont Roach. The reason why I put the onus on Lamont Roach, when you know you're not the A-side fighter and you're fighting in another man's backyard, when you're fighting a Mexican in Little Mexico, which is San Antonio, what do you expect, fam? They're not going to do you no favors. This is what Bill Haney was talking about.
Lamont, Senior, Junior, Cruz, great fight. Don't hang your heads even a little bit, because it was a great fight. Senior, Junior, now you box at an elite level when you doing your thing. So let's get back to the rematch and box his ears off. Do the Devin Haney, do the Devin Haney, huh? Do the Devin Haney, do the Devin Haney, huh? And don't make it close.
Bill Haney specifically said that, look, y'all did a good job. You fought good. You get what I'm saying? But you supposed to put on a boxing clinic. Do a rematch. I want to see the rematch. That fight was so good. I want to see a rematch. Do the rematch and put on the boxing clinic. Make sure that he can't even get close enough to touch you. And when they do get close, your time up. Is it a boring fight? It could be that, but guess what? You got the power to do that. You said that you had 10 ways of beating this guy. Now, I believe that you did. From what I saw, you outboxed him in the second half of the fight. Because after you got knocked down, Esau Cruz slowed down. He slowed down tremendously. Esau Cruz was backing up. I saw him dancing, fighting off the back foot. I've never seen Esau Cruz dance and fight off the back foot before. That's because him applying pressure got nullified. Then he squatted down and stuck his tongue out, trying to stay away from doggone Lamont. Trying to stay away from Lamont. He did that. Esau Cruz did that. So that told me everything I needed to know. I saw the same fight y'all saw. But again, it was a close fight. That 12th round was close as well. It was a close fight. Lamont Roach, you started getting hit with some of them hard shots, them looping right hands and looping left hands, and you took them shots very well. You took them very well. I give you that. You know what I mean? You got hit probably a little bit too much for my liking. You got hit. You was getting hit too much in that fight. Even though you outpunched, you outlanded Esau Cruz, but you started getting hit a little bit too much in that fight. It was punches you got hit with you shouldn't have gotten hit with. You know this guy was the shorter fighter. You know you had the longer arm reach. You didn't work your angles like you should have. Now, you was working angles, but now, another thing I will say this too before I forget. Esau Cruz, you was missing a lot. When I look at the CompuBox numbers, bro, it said that Esau Cruz threw 154. He threw 544 body punches. He only landed 159. Well, this is the total body punches landed, right? And then it says the total jabs. The total jabs, Esau Cruz threw 162 jabs. He only landed 27. So he did a whole lot of missing. And then it says the body shots, he threw 382 body shots and landed 132. So Esau Cruz was doing a whole lot of missing. And then when you look at the rounds, each punches was landed per round. You get what I'm saying? I'm looking at it right here. I have the CompuBox stats right here. It was a close fight. So when you fight a Mexican in Little Mexico in a close fight, don't expect the Mexicans to do you any favors, is what I'm saying. Is what I'm saying. You, as the fighter, have the power to take it out of their hands. And Lamont Roach, you didn't do that. That's all I'm saying, fam. I think you did win the fight, but you made it too close. If it's close, the Mexican fighter gonna be up 2 rounds before you step in the ring. Everybody know that. Same thing I told Bud when he fought Canelo. You know you're gonna be down 2 rounds before you step in the ring. And we saw that. So that was your fault, Lamont Roach. And I agree with Bill Haney. Next time, don't make it close. You let it be too close. You was getting hit a little bit too much. You did outland him, but you was getting hit too much. Pitbull was landing the more. Now, I will say this. Pitbull was landing the harder shots, but I love the fact that in the second half of the fight, Lamont Roach, you took over with that left hook. That check left hook, you was catching, you was timing Esau Cruz with that left hook, turning his whole neck around. You couldn't hurt him. You know, can't nobody hurt Pitbull. But I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying? You were turning his entire neck around. Esau Cruz, I didn't know you could fight on the back foot. When that pressure wasn't working anymore, Lamont started stepping to you and taking some of them power shots away. What I noticed was you got on the back foot and you tried to throw jabs and swing wild punches off the back foot. I noticed that. I ain't never seen you do that before. So listen, let me tell you something, man. I take my hat off to Lamont Roach, boy, because, boy, you took some shots in this fight. You got hit with some punches, bro, that I would have got knocked out off of just watching it. I almost fell out just watching you getting hit with some of those shots. Esau Cruz, you got a chin, boy. You got a chin because I saw doggone Lamont Roach hitting you with them left hooks. It was them left hooks for me. Left hooks that he was going to the body and stuff like that. So you got a chin already. You got that thick neck, that fat head, and you got a doggone chin out of this world. Man, look, you got the right name. Aesop, Pitbull, Bulldog, Cruz. So, Lamont Roach, pick your head up. You and your father, y'all go back to the lab. I agree with Bill on this as it relates to, look, man, just don't make it close. You made that fight too close. I don't think anybody can watch that fight and say that that fight wasn't close. It was a close fight. Did you get what I'm saying? And when you're fighting a Mexican fighter in San Antonio in a close fight, guess what? You better win decisively. Don't let that dude land no punches on you like that. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what I got to say about that. Tell me, you guys tell me, what do you think? Do you think that Lamont Roach was robbed? You know what I mean? Or I think he won, but do you think he was robbed? Or do you think, no, that was a close fight, that's how it goes? Or do you think I'm right in my assessment? If you're fighting a Mexican fighter, whether you fighting him in Vegas, whether you fighting him in Texas, and you got nothing but Mexican fans out there, Mexican judges or whatever the case, whatever judges they are, right? The Mexican fighter is going to be up 2 rounds before you step in the ring. You have to know that as a black fighter. Not making it a black or Mexican thing, but I'm just calling it like it is. That's just the reality of the situation. Or do you think, no, that was a close fight? The judges got it right. I don't agree with the 115, 111 scorecard. I don't agree with that one at all. But that's neither here nor there. Leave your comments below. Tell me what do you think. I catch you guys on the next one. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace. Sitting in the county jail right now for child support, driving on a suspended license, or a missed court date? Don't even trip. I made one phone call to IT bail bonds, and they had me out the same day. No judgment, no games, just real people who move fast. If you or a loved one is locked up in the city of Tampa, call IT bail bonds at 813-231-2663. IT bail bonds is located at 6201 East Hillsborough Avenue, Tampa, Florida, 33610. IT bail bonds. When freedom is on the line, call IT.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.